Hello, hello, how are you today? I'm here. Not so sure it was a great idea, but I'm here and we're going to try it. Hello, hello, how are you I forgot to turn down my sound. We're going to try it. Of course, there's always something. I forgot to turn down my sound. We're going to try it. Well, of course, there's always something. Where is my sound? There. So sorry about that. Hey, Allison Barber, how are you? I'm feeling better. I decided to try to do this Facebook today, and then I decided I didn't want to do it exactly the way I'd already done it, and then I had to think up something, and now I think my brain is gone. But we're going to try it. I haven't put this together before with this with this paper and all, but we'll see how it turns out. I have a vision. Maybe that vision will work. So last Thursday on September 2nd, I had a blog hop that I took part in. It is for the... My mind just slipped on that one. It is for a 3D Thursday Facebook group. And hey, Tina. And so it was my first time ever doing something with the group, and I wanted to impress. I wanted to do a good job, and this is one of the most frustrating projects I think I've ever worked on. And it was just because of time stipulations. Right around the time that I had the idea, I knew I need to get going with everything. My granddaughter's daycare closed, and I had to keep her for a week. And of course, she came first, and I didn't have time to work on this. I was just so frustrated. My husband was working a lot that week, and he was gone, and you don't want to hear all this, so I'm going to just go on and tell you that I got it done. And the day that this went live on the 2nd was the day I went to the hospital. And I have to say that getting the pictures snapped, getting the editing done, getting all of that put together, and writing up that blog post was one of the hardest I've ever done because I couldn't concentrate. And anyway, so somebody did make a comment that they wished I had a video, and I thought, well, this is something I can do, and maybe I don't have to think so much, and we'll go on with it. I'm going to change it. I've made it twice now, and you know how you've mixed something several times and you get tired of it. So I'm going to attempt to use the Harvest, hold on a minute, the Harvest Meadow paper. And here's a quick look at that paper. It's really pretty. I thought maybe the hot chocolate would be good for fall. So here's one side of the paper, and then let me spread some of that out. Here's the other side. Okay, so let me just get that out of the way now. And also tell you that this project features the mini jam jars. This comes in a package of 6. This is the size that they are. And so our blog hop was just exploring different ways that you could use these jars. And they're really neat. Now, they are called jam jars, but these are plastic. Don't cook in them or anything like that. And in fact, if you order any of them and it's coming through hot weather, open the box up and check and make sure nothing is kind of melted out of place. If anything like that does happen, of course, Stampin' Up! Will replace that for you. Now these jars are in the annual catalog. They are on page 137, right up here. And as I said, it comes in 6 jars, and they are $9 in the U.S. They are food safe, it says, and they're about 2 inches by 2.5 inches, it says on there. Okay, so let's get started, and we're going to do our measurements first. And hey, Faith, I'm going to start with this piece, and this piece is going to be 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. I've already cut it. That's just one little eighth below your 6 inches or whatever. And then since this is square, it's not going to matter where I do my which side I do my scoring on, but I do want to make sure I get my score blade up. And I've written that down here just because I need it. And the first one is at 4 1/4. It has been a while since I've made this, so I hope I'm all right. Did I say 4 1/4? 1 1/4, and then 1 1/2. I'm so sorry about that. And then we're going to go over to 3 7/8 and 4 1/8. And that's all the scoring. This is going to be the part that holds the hot chocolate. And I'll just pull that out of here. And I did order this off of Amazon. I think it was a pack of, well, I'm not sure, but I will. It's linked on my blog post from the 2nd. And I'll link it to this video as well. I'll try to have this video up on Friday. So let me use my bone folder. Yes, I have one. And I'm just going to burnish my folds. So the base that I'm using today is Misty Moonlight. On my original, I used Early Espresso. And this is just going to close, so I'm going to take my tear and tape and just put it down the side there. Now, and we will burnish that just a little to make sure it's going to stay. Hi, Debbie Olson. And then I'm just going to put that all the way over that way. Let me think for a moment. I don't want to do it wacky. And then just lay it down like that. And then that will open that up to the right size. Okay, so the paper that I'm using here, I'm going to use this one, and it is 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm just going to glue this to each side. Okay. And an easy way to glue that is just to push this over until it's all flat. And then just put that down. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And that will cover up that seam that's going to be on the back of the holder. So when I was trying to plan this out, I had the hot chocolate here. I had the holder, and I didn't really want it to go so far out on each side. So I came up with the idea of just folding back a little of this side for each one. And then I can just slip this right inside there. And it will fit in the box that I'm making. Okay, so there's that much. So I'm going to go ahead and work on decorating this top part up here. And this is the part that I kind of have planned in my head, but I'm not sure how it's going to come out. So we'll just see. So I am using the dies that come with the Nature's Harvest stamp set. So actually I'm using this bundle, the Nature's Harvest stamp set and the Harvest dies. And I am also using on the back of my paper the adhesive sheets. So I've already cut that out, fearing what could happen. So I used this die right here. And hi Carol. And so that's what we have. I did it in basic white, and I do have the adhesive on the back. And let me look out the window just for a second. Yes, our trusty grass mower has decided to show up right now again. So that sound is us getting our grass mowed. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the decoration down, and then I'm going to put the hot chocolate words down. So I've got that pulled off, and I'm just going to put it right up there. I like that white look. And then I cut out using, what I really wanted to use was that paper right there, and I ended up not. Anyway, I cut out just the top of that flower from there, and we will glue that on here. Now, I thought later that it might have looked really cute to have some kind of little topping. I'm going to put that where it kind of hides this stuff down in here. Some little topper on there that looks a little different, but you know what? I don't have it, and I think the chocolate is going to go over that anyway. So for the words hot chocolate, I am using the Playful Alphabet for my hot, and then I'm using the Love You More dies for the chocolate that we're using. And I did put the adhesive sheet back here to help adhere that a little bit easier over everything. So here's my dies, and we'll start with the hot. And let me get the adhesive off of that. This is just one of the easiest ways to put that down. I know sometimes I feel like I've got a little love-hate relationship with this paper, but in the long run, it's just good to have. Okay, there's my H. Get that going. There it is. I always have a little bit of a hard time knowing how that O should go. So there's that, and then we'll do our T. Tina, I think our storm is on the way. With you being over near the lake, it might be more over your way. I guess he's trying to get it mowed before it gets here. So there's my hot. And I don't know how hot chocolate spelled in blue is going to end up looking on this, but here we are. We'll see. So here's the chocolate coming out. And so let me get that started. And that did pull out all of the little chunks inside my word. And I probably should have laid that out a little bit before I... Yep, it's going to need to go down just a little. There we go. What do you think about those colors? You think it looks okay? So anyway, there's the part that's going to be sticking up in the box. All right. So I don't know. I'm not too disappointed so far. So let me get this moved out of the way somewhere. And we'll start on the box part. This really isn't a hard project to make. Of course, thinking it up is the harder part. Hey, Sue. I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to bring in my trimmer again. And this piece is cut at 3 7/8. 3 7/8 by 10. And I'm going to score it. Let me get my score thing up here at the top. I'm going to score it at 2 3/8. And 4 3/4. And then, get that out of the way. 7 1/8. And 9 1/2. And again, these measurements are on my blog post from September 2nd. And then I'll have something with this one on my post on Friday. And then I'm going to do one turn and score at 1 1/2. Okay. Now this box probably looks a little weird in that it is this part up here that actually is the box you're going to see, and down here is the bottom of the box. But let me go ahead and burnish all of these score lines. Hope that I did it correctly. Okay, and then this one. And then we'll have to do a few little clips on this one. Remember, this is going to be the top of the box. This is the bottom. So what I'm going to do first, I think, is go ahead and just clip out this little section to help me remember that I'm cutting up from the bottom. Okay, so there's that. And then on these other folds, we're just going to clip up. I'm not going to worry about mitering so much. And let me also say that I might not be going in exactly the same order I did things on my blog post. You know how that goes. You just do what comes. So let me take this and add it here. I maybe should have gone to the yeah, I should have gone to the edge here. So I think what I'm going to do is take that off, and we'll add another row of that. To get it near the fold. I've got a little extra up here, so I'm just going to roll it to the front there. And then we'll just lay this down like this, and that can go right on top. And there's our box. Now actually what I should have done is go ahead and add these pieces of designer paper. But right now is a good time to do that, so I'll just go ahead. And these measure 1 3/8 by 2 1/4, and you'll need 4 of them. And like I said, all of this is from that same pack, Nature's Meadow, I believe was the name. So we'll just add those in. I really love the back of that paper right there. Got to do something with that. I am realizing, I've just been through this COVID thing, and I am realizing that I can't do as much as I was doing. I'm going to have to work up to that and just be happy with life. I do want to thank all of you that have sent me emails and text and cards and notes and food and phone calls, all of those things. I just appreciate it so much. You know, sometimes you just don't know how much people actually think about you. It's kind of nice to know. So there's our thing. And right here is actually the back of my box. So it's the one I'm not going to put any of the tear and tape on, and I'm going to go ahead and put the tear and tape on these 3 sides. And should have done that before, but we'll do it now. So I'm trying to leave that one so I won't put any on it. Because I don't want tape on the bottom of the inside of my box. I would also like to say that I'm here in Conover, North Carolina. I went to Catawba Valley Hospital, and they were just so nice, so perfect. I couldn't have one single complaint, and they were all so nice. And I would like to mention too that every single one of the healthcare people I came in contact with says, "Thank you for being vaccinated." I hate to think about what all they are seeing and going through, and I am so thankful that I had my vaccination and things weren't any worse than they were. So now I have my box done, and my little jar will fit down in there. What we're going to do is I'm going to put this little tab that closed my box earlier to the back, and we're going to do a little bit more of the tearing tape, I'm just going to put a little bit right back here on the back side of the chocolate holder, and then another one a little bit further up. I don't want it to stick over the edge of my box. Okay, and so this will go right back all the way down to the bottom and up against the back. So that's what the back of it's looking like right now. Okay. And now let's worry about getting our jar fixed. Now in the one that I had before, we were doing hot chocolate, and I put in marshmallows and chocolate morsels and the peppermint. But the peppermint is not going to work so much in that. Maybe you want to put in some candy corn or something like that for a more fall look in there. But okay, we'll see how this goes for this one. I don't have anything to go inside for this one today, different than what the other one has. Now, for this topper on the lid, I used the, hold on, it's coming. I used the very largest layering circle, the scallop. And so that fits pretty perfectly on here. And what I'm going to do is try to center that and just kind of push down a little bit around that to get it maybe folded just a little. Kind of like that, just to get a little mold or whatever, or model, not mold. But, and now I'm just going to take the tearing tape and go around my lid. So we'll just go all the way around. I see I've got a hair stuck in there. Hopefully that will be covered. And we will pull off the sticky on that. And just now we'll go back and add this on. I kind of know where it should go. And we'll just push that down around the lid. Hey, Marcy Rogers, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. So here's our jar that we have there. And to decorate that, I thought I would add another one of the cutouts from Nature's, well, just Nature, I believe it is. And it was, again, this one. I do have the adhesive sheet on the back of that. And so I'm going to, I told you I hadn't tried this yet, so I'm going to doctor that up just a little bit and maybe cut there. Okay, and we'll just put that, I may doctor it up a little bit more in a minute. So we'll just put that on there. Let me get my adhesive off. Okay. Another thing with getting sick is I couldn't get my nails done, and they are so long, they are driving me crazy. Okay, so we'll do that. And I had my thank you. This is actually from the Nature's Harvest stamp set right here. I had it done in the blue, and then right before it was time to go on, I thought, gosh, maybe I need to brighten it up with this a little bit. I'm thinking that might be a little big. So I had used the frame here to cut that out. But I think I'm going to use this one, and I think I'm going to cut it out and just make it a little bit smaller. I like cutting out words. I'm not going to be super great at it right this second. I'm just going to get it out. But I think that maybe having a little less paper will look a little better on this. And then the thing about that is I also wanted to use, yeah, don't you think that looks a little bit better? Maybe like that. Also, I'm going to use some of this twine. This is from the annual catalog. Right down here in the corner, the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. And so I'll be using that twine. It's got that pretty moonlight, misty moonlight in it, and a little bit of silver, and just so I think that'll be nice. I'm going to put some glue dots right back here. And we'll see how we do with getting some of that. I'm just going to fold that one over a little. Getting some of this twine in there. So I'm just going to stick some on and just kind of weave it around. Let's see, maybe we'll do like that. Okay, let's see how that's going to look. Okay, I think that'll be all right. And we'll just put some pieces of dimensional on there. It's not going to matter if it lays super flat because it's on a jar lid. Okay. So that we'll put right along there. And let's see how that will look. Well, I have to say, I'm not too disappointed in how that looks. Maybe a fall one is pretty good. Well, let's go to the spoon. I wanted to do a spoon with my project, and I found these on Pinterest, my goodness, on Amazon. And I do have the link on my September 2nd post at lovetocreate.typepad.com, but I'll put it on this video as well. And then, as I said, I'm going to put this on Friday, and I'll link it there as well. But these spoons are about 4 inches tall. They're just really cute. But I didn't really know exactly where I wanted to put it. Now, on this one, I think it would work really well right there. So I'm going to bring in my twine again. And not exactly sure how much. Now on the original one, I used the metallic ribbon to get that on, and I kind of did it at an angle across there. You put the jar back in so you can see. So it kind of stuck out on the side over there. I felt like it kind of covered up too much right there, but anyway, let's see how we can do this. I'm going to take this out, and I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to need. But what I did is I kind of went around the spoon, came around from the other side, and went around the spoon. And that gives me a place that I can tie there. So let me cut that, get it out of my way. And I really need to, well, let me tie it once and see what happens. Well, I think I'll tie it in a knot. And then we'll make a bow. So I've got a lot of waste right here, but I'll find something to do with some of those ends. We'll just do that. And then I'll push that down in there a little bit better, so maybe it won't hide my chocolate. So let me cut my ends. And I'm not throwing that away, I will use it. And then here is the jar. Probably want to pull that bow up so it can be seen. And there it is. There it is. I think it turned out okay. I'm kind of excited that it worked. So you can decide which you like best. For this first one that I did with the Christmas, I used the, oh gosh, is it Painted Christmas Designer Series paper, and the coordinating stamp set that goes with that. So there you go. Hey Jean, thank you. I'm glad I'm doing okay. So I think I'm ready to just say to you, thanks so much for everything. Thanks for joining me today. If you need any supplies, you can go to lovetocreate.typepad.com and purchase those from me, from my online store. I would appreciate that so very much. And hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday. Look for this post on Friday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.